Hey guys, Ann Milano here, and have I got some amazing information for you today for 2020, the new year. And if you are a veteran, you need to listen to this. Welcome back. I'm Ann Milano, and we're here today to talk about the new 2020 loan limits for VA loans. But first, if you don't mind, if you could just hit that subscribe button and tap the bell, you'll be able to follow me on YouTube and hear all about all the videos that I put out for homeowners and anything Atlanta related. Food, great restaurants, the best brunch places, whatever it is Atlanta, I'm your gal. Today I'm here to tell you that the sky is the limit with the new 2020 loan limits. The Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans Act, that's a mouthful, affects all VA loans limits for 2020. It was that in most counties in Georgia, there were VA loan limits. In most counties in Georgia, the limit was $484,350. That's correct. $484,350. That means that you could not buy a house over $484,000 without coming out of pocket for the difference. So, for example, if you wanted to borrow if you wanted to buy a $500,000 house, you had to come out of pocket for $16,000, and then you were able to get 100% financing on the balance. Today, I'm here to tell you that the loan limits have been completely erased. In other cities in the United States, the loan limits were higher, but that's because the cost of living to buy a house was higher. Like, for example, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, different places like that around the country where it's more expensive than it is in Georgia. So what does that mean for you? 100% financing, which means no money down, and well, the sky is the limit on the loan as long as you can qualify. Obviously, you have to have a job that will pay you enough to afford the payment. Really, the mortgage payment is always going to be on your back. However, it is cool that with no money down, as much as you want to pay a mortgage for, you can purchase a house for. So, if you can afford $1 million house, boom, you're able to buy $1 million house with no money down as long as you can make a $10,000 a month payment. The VA funding fee is a charge that the government puts on all VA loans. That funding fee can be rolled in, so no worries about the funding fee coming out of your pocket either. 100% financing and the funding fee can be rolled in. However, the funding fee used to be 2.15%. Unfortunately, according to the bill, the funding fee has gone up. The good news is the funding fee hasn't gone up that much, so it's really fairly insignificant. It's gone up about 1/8 of a point, which is 0.15%. So the funding fee went from 2.15% to 2.30%, which is excellent. So no worries there. The last thing that you might have to come out of pocket for is closing costs. However, with a VA loan, the 100% financing and then rolling in the funding fee, you're all good into the loan. But closing costs, they can be fairly expensive sometimes depending upon the amount of the loan. However, we can get the seller to pay for the closing costs. With the right realtor, you can negotiate that. And obviously, I'm the right realtor, so just call me. The last thing that I want to talk about is a lot of folks, when they get out of the military, they tend to rent. So I want to talk to you today about rent versus purchase. If you rent, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to go and get yourself a trash can. Once you get the trash can, then I want you to go and get, let's say your rent is $1,500 a month. I want you to go to the bank and I want you to get $1,500 dollar bills. Then I want you to take the $1,500 in $1 bills, and I want you to put them one by one into the trash can. Okay? Once you do that, I want you to get a match, light it, and then throw it into the trash can with the $1 bills. Yes, you guessed it, a flame and an explosion is going to happen. So that's how I feel about renting. Basically, it's like burning your money. You are literally giving money to someone else to make them have a savings account. Now, if you're buying a home, there are 3 things that I want you to remember. Number 1, get yourself a piggy bank. Yes, that's exactly what I said. One of those little piggy banks, and you put it on your nightstand. Now, I want you to remember that every single time you make a mortgage payment, you are literally putting money into your piggy bank. Yes, let me tell you how this works. So, you pay $200,000 for the house. Every month, you make your mortgage payment, $1,500. That used to be what your rent payment is. Now it's your mortgage payment. Okay, so your $1,500, where does it go? $1,000 of it goes for principal. $500 of it goes towards interest. The interest that you have, that you pay every month, at the end of the year, the bank sends you a little statement, and on the statement it tells you how much money you can deduct from your taxes based on the amount of interest that you paid. How awesome is that? Yes. Okay, so you get to lower the amount of income that you made for the year and pay less taxes to Uncle Sam. That's number 1. Number 2, the second reason. The second reason is that you're putting 0% down. So you borrow $200,000, you're making that mortgage payment every month. The principal that you're putting out goes into the piggy bank. Because the $200,000 goes to $199,000 to $198,000, you get the point. Okay? So every month that you pay out that money, you are lowering the amount of money that you owe back to the bank. So, let's say 5 years, 2 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever it is, you have lowered the amount of money, principal, that you have borrowed from the bank. Thus, there's a gap there. You bought a house for $200,000, you can resell it for $200,000. And guess what? That gap goes in your pocket. Yep, right in your pocket. Just like putting it in that little piggy bank. Just love that. Then there's number 3. Number 3 is, you guessed it, equity. Equity is the amount of money that your property increases over the years that you own it. So if you own a property for, let's say, 2 years, the value of the property may go up $10,000. You own it for 3 years, it may go up $15,000. You own it for 5 years, it could go up $25,000, $50,000, just depending upon the area that you live in and what the rate of increase is of what property values in that area have gone up, which is awesome. So, 3 ways to make money. Yes, you heard me right. Make money when you buy a house. Number 1, offset your income. Number 2, you make the difference of the principal when you sell the house. And number 3, you make the equity that's in the house. Now, here's another fact that's very fun. The government says, or the IRS says, that as a single person, you can write off $250,000 income. Yes, income that you make from selling a property. So you buy a house for $200,000, you sell it for $450,000. That $225,000 goes in your pocket. You pay no taxes on it whatsoever. If you're married, you get $500,000 credit. So you buy a $200,000 house, you sell it for $700,000, you make $500,000 on it. You put that money in your pocket, zero taxes to be paid on it. Thank you, IRS. Yes, these are awesome, awesome perks of being a homeowner. There's so many great advantages to it. I mean, it's scary, I will tell you that. You have to worry about insurance, and oh my goodness, if you have a plumbing problem, you have to call a plumber or an electrician or something like that. But in the big scheme of things, it is such a benefit to owning a house. Truly it is. Owning a house is one of the best things that you can do for yourself and for your family. The money that you will be able to accrue will constantly keep you over and over and over again making more money, which is excellent. It's a great little way of just stocking money away for the future. So in order to get a loan, feel free to contact me. Down below, you can see my phone number, my email address. Text me, email me, call me, whatever you feel comfortable doing. I don't care if you live in Georgia, South Carolina, California, Virginia, it doesn't matter. Wherever you live, call me. I'll be happy to find you the perfect person to work with in order to be able to find the perfect home. I will also be able to help you and guide you to the correct loan officer so that this way you can get qualified to get your VA loan with 100% financing, with sky's the limit as long as your job can afford the mortgage payment. And I mean, this is a no-brainer, guys. Call me. All right, Ann Milano signing out. Tune into my channel next week and let's see what we've got on store. Bye for now.